morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about food, where does it comes from. In the first lesson, we learned the edible part of plants, then ingredients, different types of ingredients, then about the categorization of organisms, omnivorous, carnivorous and herbivorous. Today we are going to learn about our next lesson, chapter 2, components of food. Components of food. Chapter name, components of food. In this lesson we discussed about the components of food, about nutrients, then deficiency diseases, then balanced diet, etc. discussed. Today discussed about the components of food. We know that all living organisms need food. For what? For their survival, for their growth. All living organisms need food for their growth or survival. Okay, all human beings have breakfast, dinner or lunch. In each time they make several dishes and eat it. Okay, they make several dishes for breakfast like chapati, then appam or fish curry, then idli sambar, etc. Then they include grains and also vegetables for their breakfast. Breakfast. For lunch, they use rice, sambar, meat, fish, egg, etc. are included. Like that, dinner also they eat rice, meat, egg, all non-veg and vegetables are they eat. We make several dishes. We make several dishes. Each dish is made up of several ingredients. Each dish is made up of several ingredients. Each ingredient contains components. Each ingredient contains components. That components are needed for our body. That components present in food are needed for our body. What are that components? The components are, first one, carbohydrate. Second one, protein. Carbohydrate, protein. Third one, fat. Fourth one, vitamins. And fifth one, minerals. Then fifth one, minerals. The carbohydrates are present in food items in the form of starch and sugar. Carbohydrates are present in food items in the form of starch and sugar. The carbohydrates are present in food items in the form of starch and sugar. What are the components of food? Components are present in our food items: carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals are the components of food. These components of food are called nutrients. Once again, then we know that we make several dishes for our food. Then each dish contains so many ingredients. Each ingredients contains components. That components are needed for our body. What are the components present in food items? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrate. In food items, carbohydrate is present in the form of starch and sugar. Okay, these carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, these components are called nutrients. in our food items. Then sixth one is sixth one, dietary fiber. Dietary fiber, and seventh one is water. Third one is water. Dietary fiber and water. Water is the important component needed for our body. Then what are the components of food? What are the components of food? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals are the components of food. These components of food are called nutrients. These components of food are called nutrients. All of you understood? These components of food are called nutrients. Then carbohydrates are present in food items in the form of starch and sugar. Starch and sugar. Okay. Then we know that all food items contain components. Components like carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. How will you know that each food item contains starch or protein, fat, vitamins, minerals? We can do some test for finding the food item contain carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins or minerals. First one, test for starch. Test for starch. For this test, we use a clean test tube. First, we take a clean test tube. Then in the test tube, we take a rice broth. Then shake the rice broth in the test tube well. Then we add 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. Add 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. Then and shake it well. What we can see that, first of all, test for starch. First we take a clean test tube. Then take rice broth in that test tube. Then add 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. Then fourth, what happened to that food item, that rice broth? Okay, I will show you the test for starch. Here I will take the rice broth in a test tube. Have you seen that rice broth in the test tube? Okay. Then what is the next step we do? Take clean test tube and we take rice broth in that test tube. Then add 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. ഇതിലേക്ക് 2-3 തുള്ളി അയഡിൻ സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഒഴിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ നമ്മൾ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഫുഡ് ഐറ്റത്തിന്റെ കളറിന് എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കുമെന്ന് നോക്കാം. All of you listen. I add 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution in it. What happened to the rice broth? It will change into a blue-black color. A blue-black color. So from this observation we can say that this rice broth contains starch. This rice broth contains starch. First, the food item the color of the food item changed into a blue black color. Changed into a blue black color. Blue black color. It changed into a blue black color. Then, so from this observation we can say that if the rice broth contain starch. The rice broth contain starch. Once again, test for starch. First of all, we take a clean test tube. Then take some rice broth in that test tube. Then we add 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. What happened to that food item? The color of the food item changed into a blue black color. The color of the food item changed into a blue black color. From that observation, we can say that that food item contains starch. All of you understood the test for starch? Okay, next step. Next, test for protein. Test for protein. For the test of protein, first we take a clean test tube. We take a clean test tube. Then take a food item, a small quantity of food item in that test tube. Here I take milk in that test tube. Here I take milk. Here I take milk. Okay. Then third one, after taking the milk, we add 2 to 3 drops of water in it. Then after adding water, we add 2 to 3 drops of 10 drops of water. 10 drops of water in it. Then add 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution. Dilute copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution. And next add 10 drops of caustic soda. Caustic soda means sodium hydroxide. Caustic soda. First of all, for the test for protein, we take a clean test tube. Then take milk in that test tube. Then add 10 drops of water in it and shake well. Then add 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda. Caustic soda, sodium hydroxide. Okay. What we can see that I will show you here the test for protein. First of all, take a clean test tube. Then take milk in that test tube. I will take some milk in that test tube. Okay, have you seen? First take a clean test tube. After taking the test tube, I take milk in that test tube. Then I add 10 drops of water. Some water is added. Okay. Then shake it well. Then we add 10 drops of water in it and shake it well. Then add 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution. In another test tube, I take copper sulfate solution. Then 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution is slowly added to the milk. Added to the milk. Then add 10 drops of caustic soda. 10 drops of caustic soda. Sodium hydroxide. What happened to the food item? We can see a color change is in that food item. The food item is changed into a violet color. Have you seen the violet color? Yes, from this observation we can say that the milk contains protein. The milk contains protein. Color changed into violet. From this observation we can say that the milk contains protein. The milk contains protein. Okay, all of you understood? Once again, test for protein. First we take a clean test tube. After taking the test tube, we take milk in that test tube. Then add 10 drops of water in it and shake the test tube well. Then add 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution. 2 to 3 drops of copper sulfate solution. Then add 10 drops of caustic soda in it. What happened to that food item? The color of the food item changed into violet. On the basis of that color change, we can say that food item contains protein. All of you understood? Test for starch and test for protein. Okay. Then next one, test for fat. For testing fat in a food item, first we take a small quantity of food item. Small quantity of food item as you like what groundnut or peanut or cashew nut, etc. like that. We take a small quantity of food item. Then second one, then fold the food item in a clean paper. And then we crushed out, mashed it. Crushed out mashed it within the paper. Then what we can after some time, what we can see an oily patch on the paper. An oily patch seen on that paper. That oily patch represents the presence of fat. Okay, test for fat. First we take a small quantity of food item like cashew nut, peanut or groundnut, etc. like that. Then fold the food item in a clean paper. Then after folding, then the food item is crushed or mashed up. Then after crushing, then keep it aside. Then after some time, we will take that food item and leave the food item from that paper. We can say that in that paper an oily patch is present. That oily patch represent the presence of fat. Okay, students, all of you understood? Then we go to our next topic. From where we get the carbohydrated or fat or protein presented food, we get these food items from plant sources and animal sources also. Okay, then we called that carbohydrate and fats are energy giving foods. The foods contain carbohydrate and fat, we called it as energy giving food. Energy giving food. What are the energy giving food? Carbohydrate and fat. Carbohydrate and fat are the energy giving food. Then, from where we get carbohydrated food? We eat the food like papaya, mango, melon, rice, then potato, sweet potato, etc. We eat. In that food items contain carbohydrate or starch or in the form of starch or sugar. Potato, sweet potato, sugar cane. Then another food item contain carbohydrate: potato, sweet potato, sugar cane, lemon, then rice, then papaya, etc. Okay, these food items contain carbohydrate are rich. Then next, fat also energy giving food, and fat containing food are also energy giving food. The fat we get fat from two different sources. We get it from plant sources and animal sources. We get fat from plant source and animal source. We get plant sources. ഏതൊക്കെ ഫുഡ് ഐറ്റംസിലാണ് ഫാറ്റ് പ്രസന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്? പ്ലാന്റിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്ന ഏതൊക്കെയാണ്? Groundnuts, nuts, till. Groundnuts, nuts and till. Then from animal source, fish, milk, egg, etc. Meat, etc. If we eat these type of food items, we get fat. These food items are included in animal sources. Then we eat groundnuts, nuts, till, etc. We get fat from plant sources. Okay. So once again, the carbohydrate and fat are the energy giving food. We eat potato, sweet potato, sugarcane, lemon, rice, papaya, etc. We get carbohydrate from these food items. Then from where we get fat? We get fat from two sources, plant sources and animal sources. From groundnut, nut, till are the plant sources. In these plant sources, the fat is present. Then next one is animal source. Fish milk, we eat fish milk, egg, meat, etc. We get fat. Fat in rich quantity. Okay. Fat in rich quantity. Next one, protein. Next one, protein. From which food we get? We eat some food contain proteins. Protein. Body building food. Proteins are body building food. Body building food. Proteins are body building food. We get protein from two sources also, then plant source and animal source. Plant source and animal source. Plant source and animal source. For example, plant source, gram, moong, then tur dal, etc. we eat, we get protein. These type of food items we eat, we get from that food item we get protein. Animal sources. Protein contain animal sources. Fish, meat, fish oil, egg, milk, ghee, etc. contain protein. Okay, etc. contain protein. We eat these type of food items, we get protein. That protein will help us to our body building. Once again, protein is the body building food. Protein contained foods are body building foods. We get protein from two sources, the plant sources and animal sources. Then we eat gram, moong, tur dal, etc. Like this type of food items, we get protein from these plant sources. If we eat fish meat, fish oil, egg, milk, ghee, paneer, etc. we get protein from these food items also. Okay. Next component we learn vitamins. Next component we learn vitamins. Okay, next component we learn vitamins. The vitamins help us for protecting against diseases. The vitamins help our body against diseases. They help our body against diseases. Then it helps in keeping our eyes, teeth, gums, then our bones are healthy. It protects our eyes, teeth, bones and gums healthy. It keep our eyes, teeth, bones and gums healthy. So vitamins help our body against diseases. What vitamins? It keeps our eyes, teeth, bones and gums healthy. Eyes, kandu, teeth, pallu, bones, നമ്മുടെ അസ്ഥി, then gums നമ്മുടെ മോണ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ മോണയെല്ലാം ഹെൽത്തി ആയി വെക്കാൻ ആര് നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിയെ സഹായിക്കുന്നു വൈറ്റമിൻസ് we all human beings needs vitamins in a small quantity all human beings needs vitamins in a small quantity for their body building then so for getting vitamins we eat vitamin contained food we eat vitamins contained food items. Okay, then there are different types of vitamins are there. There are different types of vitamins are there. Different types of vitamins are present. Different types of vitamins. Different types of vitamins. First one, vitamin A. Vitamin A. Vitamin A. Next, second one, vitamin C. Third one, vitamin D. Fourth one, vitamin E. And fifth one, vitamin K. Are the different types of vitamins present. The different types of vitamins present. First one, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Then a group of vitamins are present. Group of vitamins are present. We call it as B complex. Group of vitamins. Group of vitamins. We call it as the group of vitamins are present. We call it as B complex. We call it as B complex. So listen here. There are different types of vitamins are there. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. And a group of vitamins are present. We call it as B complex. We call it as B complex. We call it as B complex. Then these vitamin help us our body parts for their growth. For their growth. The vitamin, first vitamin A, vitamin C, then vitamin D. Vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin D help us our different body parts. Vitamin A keeps our eye and skin healthy. Keeps our eyes skin healthy. Keeps our eyes and skin healthy. Then vitamin C helps body to fight against diseases. Helps the body to fight against diseases. Vitamin C helps the body to fight against diseases. Then vitamin D helps to use calcium for bones and teeth. Help our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Calcium for bones and teeth. All of you listen. We learn different types of vitamins are present. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Then there are different types of vitamins are present. Then a group of vitamins are also present. We called it as B complex. Then how will these vitamins help our body? Then vitamin A vitamin A keeps our healthy. Keeps our eyes and skin healthy. Then vitamin C. Vitamin C helps the body to fight against diseases. Vitamin C helps the body to fight against diseases. അതായത് നമ്മൾ വൈറ്റമിൻ സി അടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ള ഫുഡ് കഴിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിയിൽ പിന്നെ പ്രതിരോധ ശേഷി കൂടാൻ സഹായിക്കുന്നതാണ് വൈറ്റമിൻ സി കണ്ടെയ്ൻ ഫുഡ്. Then vitamin D. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. For bones and teeth. Bonesum teethum ഒക്കെ കാൽസ്യം യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി സഹായിക്കുന്ന വൈറ്റമിൻ ആണ് വൈറ്റമിൻ ഡി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. From which food we get vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin D? We eat for example we eat papaya, carrot, mango, etc. We get vitamin A and it keeps our eyes and skin healthy. Then from where we get vitamin C? Green chili, tomato, guava. Etc. If we eat these type of food items, we get vitamin C, and vitamin C helps the body to fight against diseases. Then vitamin D contain foods. Example: milk, fish, egg, meat, etc. contain vitamin D. If we eat milk, fish, egg, meat, etc., we get vitamin D, and it will help our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Help our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Bones indeed, teeth indeed, growth in calcium is must. For getting calcium, we eat milk, fish, egg, and meat. Okay. Once again, vitamin A keeps our eyes and skin healthy. If we get vitamin A from these food items, papaya, carrot, mango, etc. Then vitamin C helps the body against diseases. We get vitamin C contain food like green chili, tomato, and guava. Then vitamin D help our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Example: milk, fish, egg, and teeth. So, students, today we learn about the different components of food, then about nutrients, then we learn 3 types of test for starch, test for protein, test for fat. Then next we study about different vitamins, another component vitamins, then different types of vitamins and the functions of vitamins in our body. Then all of you study well. Thank you.